Shabbat shalom, everybody, and you're welcome to the Parashot of this Parashot of this morning. We have two Parashot this morning, Vayakhel and Pekudei, to assemble and to make an account of everything that was donated for the construction of the Mishkan. Before I start this morning, there is one thing in the Talmud that the Talmud was telling us. He said, and when Aaron asked the people to donate for the golden calf, everybody rushed, they donated. And when Moshe asked to donate for the Mishkan, everybody rushed and donated. And the question now is, what kind of people are these? So when you ask them to donate for the idol, they donated. When you ask them to donate for God, they donated. What is going on in their head? What kind of people are these? They just donate and donate, they never stop donating. The question is, here is this. In the genetic code of the people, they always donate. It is in them to give. Because they understand one principle. The Holy One, blessed is He, is a giver. And we as His children has to do what emanate, has to do exactly what our Father is doing, to give. But the question now is this. The giving that you are giving, are you giving it rightly or you are giving it wrongly? That is the question. That is what we have to understand. Are you giving rightly or are you giving wrongly? That is what we are going to discuss about this morning. Okay. And I subtitle the parasha of this morning as unity in the faces of different opinions. Unity, oneness, holistic, oneness in the faces of different opinions. Alright, my people, there is a saying that many ways goes up to what? Onto the mountain. There is no one single way to the mountain. Anybody that tells you there's only one single way to the mountain is telling you the fattest lie, the big lie. There is no only one way to the mountain. There are different ways to the mountain. Always different. That is the different opinion that we have. We have different opinions. But the most important thing that I want to tell us this one is this. The end, every opinion must lead to one thing alone, to God. That is it. Every opinion, every idea, every understanding must always lead to the source of life. That is it. But if you have an opinion and the opinion is not leading to God, then there's a question, there's a problem. But if all our opinions, our understanding, all our idea that we might have, it might be different. But at the end call is God, it's acceptable, it's good. No problem. Because we know that at the end of it, it's all about God. This week, we read the final two portions of the sefer Shemot, the book of Exodus. If we step back for a moment and view our history up until this point, we the Israelites, we left Egypt, we received the Torah, we built the Mishkan, which is the Tabernacle, and we are now on our way to what? To the land of Israel, to Eretz Canaan, which is the land of Israel. Putting aside what we already know, and the people we wander for another 40 years as a result of their disobedience to God, instead of them going directly into the land by now. You remember that because of our sin, because of our disobedience, because of our stiff-neckedness, right? We did what? We wandered 40 years in what? In the wilderness. Instead of what to be going directly into the land of Israel. So, what is this feeling in the air, and what is the boost in the around, or that is going around in the camp? The very first verse tells us what Moshe said in Parashot Vayakhel. He said, Vayakhel Moshe eko adas Bnei Yisrael, vayomer aleihem eileh hadvarim asher tziva Adonai laso osam. And the Psalm said, he said, and Moshe assembled the entire community of the children of Israel and said to them, these are the things that Adonai commanded to do them. These is what the Holy One, blessed be He, has commanded for you, for me, for us, entirety as oneness to do them. It then goes on to speak about the mitzvah of the Shabbat. Immediately, we come into the Shabbat, that the Shabbat has to be obeyed. One can ask, why does the Torah use the word call for the entire assembly, for the entire Hebrew people? Right? Instead of just saying, Moshe spoke to the assembly. And secondly, what is the significance of gathering to teach the commandment of Shabbat when we have already mentioned it earlier in the other Parashot? Now, the Yakut Shimonim, that is one of our Midrashi books in the Midrash, it explains, says the gathering was for Moshe to teach the law of Shabbat to the Hebrew people on Shabbat. Israel should gather in shul, that is in the synagogue, and study halls to listen to their rabbis teaching on Shabbat. The Yakut goes on to say that this is the source of the custom that Moshe said. 30 days before a holiday, we should act and explain the law of that coming festival. 30 days before Pesach and 30 days before Sukkot, we should learn the law of that particular holidays, of that particular festival. Why are we doing this? What is the purpose of this? Why is this? Why is that? Because if you do something that you just follow like a robot and you don't understand what is going on, then how can you understand what the purpose of what you are doing? Because I don't want us to be a robot. God did not make us a robot. We have to understand, why am I doing this? Somebody is doing this. Somebody is doing this, right? And you just come. Okay, let me just do this. Then you are a what? You are a robot. Because you need to ask, why are you doing this? Okay, I'm doing this for the reverence of the Holy One, blessed be He. Okay, that is good. I'm going to join you. But what if the person is doing this because he has a back pain? Maybe, for example, he makes exercise so that his pain in his back will be good. And you are, okay, let me be doing it too. Then you have an issue. That's a problem. So you need to understand why you are doing it. Okay, the Torah said, okay, I should take a ram to go and kill and sacrifice and give unto the Lord. Okay, why didn't God say a goat? Why did God tell me a ram? Why didn't God tell me a cow? Oh, God, that is specific. God is being specific here. God said a goat. God said a ram. So I go buy a ram. I won't say, okay, you know what? A ram has 4 legs. A goat also has 4 legs. Let me take a goat and give to God because they both have 4 legs. No, I'm rich. I'm a millionaire. I need to give God a cow. Because cow also has 4 legs. No? Okay. Cow is kosher. Ram is kosher. I bring cow. But God doesn't need a cow. God said a ram. So you do exactly what God said. That's the purpose. You have to understand what you are doing. The mechanism. Why this is like this, why this is like this, why this is like that. And that is what Moshe was teaching to the people on Shabbat. He's teaching them the law of Shabbat. He's teaching them why we should keep Shabbat. Why it is extremely important for the children of Israel as a people, as an entirety for the Shabbat. Shabbat is the greatest of all the holidays. It's the head of all the holidays. Shabbat. He said, whosoever disobey it shall be what? You see, it's very harsh in those days. We will say this is very, very harsh, And if you are reasoning it out using the 21st century understanding, he said the person shall be put to death. This person did not commit crime, even though in our world now, somebody that killed another person, a murderer, we don't even put them to death. We say we are humanistic, we are humane. Let's put them in jail, give them internet, TV, nice air condition, everything is good. So what is the consequence? Because it doesn't even work and it's eating 10 times a day. While you that is working hard, they use your taxpayers' money to feed a murderer. It doesn't make sense, no? It doesn't make sense. So we need to understand how very, 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 very important this is for God to say that anyone that go against the Shabbat should be put to death because it's an identity. Understand it? It is an identity. It shows that we are not like the rest of the people. No, we are separated. We are different from them. They on their day, they do whatever they want. Maybe they worship their idols. Maybe they don't. Maybe they go commit whatever things they don't commit on Shabbat. That is their problem. But as for us, the people of the children of Yaakov, we shall observe the Shabbat. We shall keep the Shabbat. And when they see what we are doing, they say, oh, wow, these are discerning people. These are wise people. These are different people. These are not like me. Right? So this is for the rest of the world to see us and to see what we are doing, how we serve our God, how we behave positively, and then we want to come and do what? And join us. Just exactly like the Moabites, Ruth, right? Just like Ruth. He said, oh, your God shall be my God. He saw the people that, the family of the late husband, these are different people. I'm going to stick with this woman all my life. I'm not going nowhere. That is the idea, right? We will see many times that even though they will give us an example in the Quran, that if Muhammad will come and say, every Shabbat in Jerusalem, everything stop. Everybody go to the temple. Say, whoa, because what kind of people are these in the Shabbat? And that motivates him to go and create his own religion, right? So this is the understanding that we are talking about here. People will look at you that you are different, that you are exceptional, that you do exactly what the Lord God has commanded, and they will come and join you to do what? To serve that the same God. Now, the first question of why the entire nation was required to be there can be answered by our differences. Within every group, a club, a committee, a religious affiliation, and even family, there are opinions and differences. Remember, unity in the face of different opinions. Unity, oneness, wholeness in the face of different kinds of opinions. As far as all these opinions lead to God. God is the end of all the opinions. So, this is what I am talking about this morning. That even in spite of all these things, at times the spectrum within the right to the left can be argumentative and downright ugly. Between we have in the political spectrum, we have the left and we have the right. We have the center, even though we have the center right, the center left. All kind of they can divide themselves to whatever they want to divide. So there can be different vast of opinion in the spectrum. The spectrum of light. Let's look at the spectrum of light. We see light as a source, right? But if you put a light in what? In prison. If a light passes through the prison, what happens? You see all the colors. So, but if you don't put the prism, it's a light. It's just one. You don't see all those colors, right? So there are different kinds of opinions. I'm just using that color as opinions, different opinions, right? But what I'm saying that every opinion, at the end of it all, God should be the end. That's what I'm saying. There are many ways to the mountain. At the end, it's always the top. God is on the top. If your opinion, if your understanding does not lead to God, then you have a problem. It's an issue. But if you have an opinion that is different from mine, but we are reading the same Torah, maybe the understanding that God is giving to you is different from the understanding that God is giving to me, because our understanding of the Torah is always, sometimes, very, very important that our understanding of the Torah is always shaped by our what? By our background. Your background, your understanding of the Torah is shaped by your background. What you have passed through in your life. Your background is different from my own background. The way God taught you is different from the way God is teaching me. Right? So, but at the end of it all, it should be God. That, oh, this is God. We should see the work of God at the end. Say, God, thank you. It is you. It is you. It is you. So that is the idea that that I'm trying to tell us, to pass on to us this morning. In today's time, we find within the circles of the orthodoxy, even though in the middle of the Messianic Jews, right, Messianic understanding part of it, or the liberal, or the conservative, right? We have different opinions, different groups, different people, but it's all called Israel. It's all entire the same assembly. Many brands and strands. Whether a person affiliates with the Kippa Struga, with Sweet, with Vobet, or even a paper, one will have the differences among the group itself. For example, the Orthodox rabbi within the same organization will have different philosophy and outlook on halacha and on practices. Different. But they went to the same school, but they read the same Torah, but different opinions. Two Jews, three opinions. We are always like that. But our opinion, we all lead to God. That is it. We all lead to the Torah of Moshe. That is it. Because your background is different from my background. The southern people, the Yehudim, their understanding is far different from that of Israel, the northern kingdom. They are different people. They need different backgrounds. They are the same people they are all children of Jacob. But people's backgrounds are different. The one that is lasting there all his life, for example, who is a king, right? Is different from the person who is a farmer, who is digging the ground, who is a shepherd that is keeping the sheep in the jungle. Different, because if you want to come and tell the person, can you tell me what the Torah? The other person will want to interpret the Torah from his own perspective, from his own background, from his own understanding. But at the end, as I'm saying, it's all God. Moshe Rabbeinu is commanding through the word of God that it's all fine and acceptable, no problem, no issue, as far as all our opinion leads to God. It's fine, it's acceptable, as long as we see ourselves as a collective whole, as a collective entity, wholeness, oneness, one. All the entire, that is very important, entire people, we call Israel, entire people. We are so fragmented that Moshe instructs us to pull together. When and where do we find this opportunity to come together? It's only on Shabbat, on Yom Tov, on the holidays. That's when we're all together. Because during the week, the bride is 10 million miles from me, and now it's 20 million miles. Margarita is 20 million miles. Shelter is 20 million miles, and what different things, right? So this is the understanding. We are all different. We have our own works. We are doing ourselves, and so this is what the Holy One is talking about. But on Shabbat, we all come to the temple. We all come into His presence. Now I can now see all of my people. How are you guys doing? Are you okay? Are you fine? Hallelujah, I'm good. You see, so that is the idea. On Shabbat, we all come together as an entity, as one person, as a whole, as a core, and we shout, we praise God, we glorify God, we dig deep in the Torah. We need to aspire and do what Moshe did in pulling all the entire Hebrew people together, regardless of how different we are, because we have different backgrounds. Let us have the merit to become a true Kehillat Yisrael, and maybe then we can continue on the original plan of going into the land of Israel. Because without us going as an entity, we won't make it. I'm telling you, we will never make it. Because once you are divided, you will never make it. The enemy is not stupid. It is being all the way from the garden. It's very smart. People look at that being, thinking that is stupid. a being that is 6,000 years old than you. You think you can outsmart him? A being that saw you when you were born. A being that saw you when you were created. You think he's stupid? People doesn't know the immense power this being has. People underestimate this being. They don't get it. It's not stupid. It comes slowly and whisper to divide you. That is its mechanism. Once it divides you into pieces, then it starts eating you one by one. But as a whole, it's going to hook him on the neck and it's going to die. And he understood that very well. So therefore, how can I come and swallow one thing that I will go to hook my neck? I'm not stupid, no. I cut it. Nobody know. Okay, your food. Let's say your food. You put your food like this in your plate. You take the food like that. I want to put everything in your mouth. No, you take it small by small, right? Because if you want to do at once, you won't even do it. You won't survive. So that is the same idea. He cut the people in pieces and begin to take them one by one. But if we are together, undividable, he will just be rolling round, get tired, let people. He cannot find a way to penetrate through because we are strong like a bond. That is what God is telling us. He tried to divide man from his creator. That is the idea. And then he tried to pieces man and eat them one by one. But God is telling us this is our weapon. Unity, oneness. That once we are one, we won't succeed. For example, the making of the Mishkan was a national endeavor. The yen, the stones, the metals, the wood, the oil, the spices, all the material needed for its construction came from the community. They all contributed. It was a one cause. It's a one project, a national project that we have to do it and glorify the name of the Lord. The Mishkan is the place where offerings are to be brought and where the glory of the Holy One, blessed be He, will reside. The Mishkan is the only place, seeing that the Mishkan was holy, the motive for donating the materials for its construction, and also we had to also be what? Be pure and holy. Because we know that we are building a home for God. And we know our God is separated, is holy. And we have to donate from our heart, from all our soul. All this, our donation has to come from a pure heart, a heart of joy. Not being forced. It's not a compulsory, no! But I say, I'm doing this for my God. I'm doing it for our God. Because I want to see our God living in our midst. It's a joy, right? That is the idea. One community, oneness. Hence, the donation are only to be brought by everyone whose heart inclined him. Exodus 35 verse 5. In other words, the material for the construction of the Mishkan has to be donated willingly out of love for the Holy One, blessed be He, not compulsion. Therefore, just as the material for the Mishkan were to be donated for the right reason, so our motives for serving the Holy One, blessed be He, needs to be out of love, not by force. Out of love for Him, rather than an ulterior motive. For if the right act is carried out for the wrong reason, then the act itself becomes tarnished. Understand? It becomes tarnished. It doesn't make no sense. You are just wasting your time. If your time is to come here, I want to come and look at I want to come and see a man and do, we have people that say Shabbat. Their Shabbat is not to come and study the Torah. Their Shabbat is to in their head. Shabbat is socializing. It's good. It's fine. But in their head, it's not the Torah. It's to socialize. I want to come and see that girl. I like her. I want to come and see that man. I like him. I want to come and see. No, I'm not saying it's bad. It's good too. But that is not the core. That is not the reason. The reason you are in the Shabbat is to listen to the Torah and do the Torah. Right? That is the primary core. Then the other is secondary. That is the idea. But if your own primary core is only to come and socialize, and the Torah is secondary, you have an issue. It's better for you to go to a discotheque. Are you wasting your time? Really wasting your time. So that is what the Torah is saying here. We need to understand what we are doing. Going back to the Parashot Vayakhel, the Torah states in Shemot, again, I repeat, Moshe assembled the entire community and said to them, "These are the words that the Holy One, blessed be He, has commanded us to do." I would like to suggest the reading of the Pasuk should not be understood in a plain meaning, but let's look at it if we reverse it. That Moshe gathered the Hebrew people to hear the word that Adonai commanded them, which would be the mitzvot, and so forth. The law of Shabbat, the law of understanding what Shabbat means. Once you understand the mechanism, you can do whatever you want to do with the wash, because you know the mechanism. You know how to pieces it, you know how to assemble it. Okay? But if you don't know how to assemble it, if you pieces it, it's at your own risk. They put down here, you know, in some places, in the airport. You know, in the airport, you drive in the parking lot. You pay money. Let's say an hour is, let's say for example, $20 an hour, right? And maybe you are going to spend 1 week in Toronto, for example, right? You pay every hour, let's say at the end of you pay $500 for that 1 week, for example, to park your car at the airport. And in the entrance, they say parking at your own risk. We are not responsible if your car is stolen, but you are responsible of taking my money. So why do you take my $500 if you cannot protect my car? You see, it doesn't make sense, eh? It doesn't, you know, because they take your money, but they cannot protect your car, and it's really there. If your car is stolen, it's at your own risk. So why do you take my money? What's the purpose of me parking my car in that place if you cannot protect it? The same idea, understanding here. That Moshe Rabbeinu gather all the entire people and begin to teach them about the Torah. He continued. Rather, let's read the Pasuk. Let's read the verse like this. In reverse. That these are the words God commanded us to do. What is He commanding us to do? To do as Moshe did. What is God commanding us? What is it? That we should do exactly what Moshe did. What did Moshe do? Moshe collect the people and the entire people all together as one. We should collect ourselves together as one. To gather and assemble the entire Hebrew people. End of the story. That is it. It doesn't matter your affiliation. Oh, you are Messianic. Oh, you are Orthodox. Oh, you are conservative. Oh, you are liberal. Oh, you are blah blah blah. Oh, you are Yemeni. Oh, you are from Ethiopia. Oh, you are from Iraq. Oh, you are from Iran. Nonsense. It's not hard. Gather the people. Did God give them different countries' names? No. They are His people. But it is surprising that some of the so-called of our chief rabbi, they start dividing the people themselves. Oh, you are from here, you are from here, you are from here. Nonsense. Gather the people. The instruction is simple. The people. No, don't put name on them. Don't put tags on the people. Because they are His people. They are God's people. The people. That is it. So let's gather the people together and let's make them one. To gather us together, no matter who we are or where we come from. It doesn't matter. No matter our colors, no matter the color of our eyes, the color of our ears, how long our nose or how broad our nose. It doesn't matter. Are you yellow or green or black or white or blue? That's none of my business. My business is to gather the people. That is it. Simple. Gather the people. In every generation, we are commanded to gather the Hebrew people together to focus on becoming a unified community, one before God. I am glad to report that I witnessed the fulfillment of this verse, bridging together Israel from all over the world, from different backgrounds, different religious observance, and yet all together up in the sky. The above. Perhaps the above reference is the Holy One, blessed be He. That is the most important. The greatest thing is to bring the people. Bring the people. It's not complicated. We make it complicated. Right? So, my dear people, my dear friends, the Torah is simple. The instruction of the Holy One, blessed be He, is not hard. Gather the people, bring them, let them be one, the oneness, the joyful heart, the heart, that comes to the Shabbat to do the will of God. Right? So that is what the Holy One is asking us. That is what the Holy One is telling us. That's what the Holy One wants us to do one by one every blessed day. That when we come to the Shabbat, we are focused on understanding the Torah. We are focused on listening and doing exactly what the Torah said. Not what I want to do, but what the Holy One has commanded. Remember what God has commanded. Moses didn't come and say, okay, guys, this is what I am commanding you, and that you have to do. No, it's not what Moshe commanded. It's what the Holy One commanded. So this is what the Holy One has commanded. You have to do that. You need to do it. So, are you ready? Hey! You have to donate. Hey! Donate for the idol. Hey! Donate for God. Hey! What kind of people are these? I don't know. They donate for everything. Yeah, there's something happening in their brain. I don't get it myself. Because I see with my two eyes too. My mama every time donate. Sometimes I say, what is wrong with this woman? I didn't understand it at that time. But now I see. She was a smart woman. Everything she told me when I was young, finally, before we closed. He said, all this, I'm telling you, I was like, maybe at that time, around 16 years old or 15 years old. And Mama said, everything that I do, I put it in a bag. That's the first time I hear it. I put it in a bag. It's a bag. And when I grow old, I can't do them no more. You know what? God will pay me back one by one. I've never read the Talmud at that time. And when I read the Talmud, it's exactly the same thing in the Talmud. Exactly the same thing. Everything you do is like a bag. They are not in waste. My wife was saying something yesterday about the Shabbat. Very, very smart. She said, many people think that they are losing on Shabbat. Because, on Shabbat, let me go to my work. And I don't want to waste that day. They begin to work on Shabbat. Right? But you are not losing on Shabbat. You are actually gaining. Always gaining. You are not losing. Because even though let's look at it in a what? In a human, physiologically. When you walk, no rest. It will break down. Even the machine breaks down. How much more a human being? But that one day that God is asking you, you are not losing it. You are actually gaining it. Say, relax. Rebuild yourself back again. Psychologically, physiologically. Then you start again the next week. The next day. This day is for you to do what? To evaporate yourself. Relax, you take away all those wasteful those energy that's too much. Now, when you recalibrate yourself, then the next day you can start again. The energy comes in because the body rested and it continues. But when you do too much, actually, my wife was given an example. I'll tell you the person we use for example on the Shabbat or for too much walking. What I'm trying to say, we shouldn't put ourselves too much stress. Relax. God has said you take one day off. It's not stupid because He knows how He created you. He knows how He designed you. So on Shabbat, when you rest, you are not losing. You are actually gaining a lot. And then you come again to His temple. What do you do again? You gain spiritually. You gain physically. You gain spiritually. Is that not a double blessing? Double blessing. But people think that they are smart. No. Okay. Good luck. Go ahead and do it. But when you break down, don't come and complain. That's the idea. Anyway, so the Parashot of this morning is Vayakhel and Pekudei. Unity in the faces of different opinions. All opinions are good. As far as they lead to the Holy One. It doesn't matter. It's good. But if your opinion does not lead to the Holy One, count me out. I'm not there. Shabbat Shalom.